Now it is time. It is time for the Draft Labs Rift Tournament Series, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1, week number 2, our first match of the day, 0 Hour versus Serpentis Esports. 0 Hour, they're taking themselves... You know, every time a Riven gets thrown into a composition, it always throws me off. I don't really know exactly where to put Riven in terms of play style. Is she a pick champion? Is she a poke champion? Definitely not. But is she a team fighting champion? Where is her niche? That's something that's the kind of stuff that I would need you guys to come in and chime in for me. Ooh, I love this chroma skin for the Vayne, you guys. Love it. Love it. Both teams going to be moving towards the bottom side of the map. Very standard. Very standard play here. They will meet just inside of blue jungle. We all know how strong the Braum level 1 is, you guys. So a team fight and a large-scale invade with a Braum is always merited. They are able to take down that ward, unfortunately. But I believe it was just to see if they were all going to continue approaching. Looks like that would be the case. Very deep from Serpentis Esports. They're going up as far as they can. They've pressured a few people away. They've split up 0 Hour. And now they have a little bit more safety. They picked up a shrine here just because they could, I guess. It doesn't look like they're going to stick around for too long. One question for you guys. One question. She looks like a fit Ninja Turtle. This is the truth. A female fit Ninja Turtle. Lots of pings. Tyler Ladd.
Minions have spawned.
Oh my goodness. This needs to cease right now. Alright, teams have backed off. Serpentis, they ended up coming out with some nice deep wardage here. As you guys can see, I'm controlling the camera in control mode. This is my favorite way to spectate a League of Legends game. Bottom side, Madlife and Stingus taking the 2 golems. And then we're going to see a little leash up top side from B&G and Tyler Ladd. They're going to make it to the lane first. This is good for them because they are going up against a lane that has heavy wave clear. Lots of early pressure. They do get the first few minions down. Our first timestamp of the match is a level 2 advantage. But before we get into that, let's go into where we believe... Oh, geez. There we go. Let's go into where we believe that each player is going to go. The start actually from King Khan was a double jungle. Nobody really approaching the top side. Now, this is another thing that kind of goes over my head, you guys. What was the reasoning behind the double jungle for both top laners? It must have something to do with the matchup between Riven and Nautilus. Something's up with that matchup, you guys. That then cued a double jungle from each top laner. Riven does use her teleport and gets up there first, but obviously she knew that the Nautilus was up there, so she's going to get that little CS advantage more than likely, while Nautilus ended up actually just sticking around in this jungle for a little bit longer here. Level 2 advantage went to nil, you guys. It was the advantage in the early game from Madlife and Stingus was negated by Tyler Ladd and B&G getting there so early. They were able to get the first few CS. Now, while Stingus and Madlife are more than likely going to pick themselves up a shove advantage here, even though they didn't win the level 2, they at least gained Tyler Ladd and B&G some time and didn't lose them that guaranteed trade at the level 2. Backtrace. Now level 3, 11 farm versus the 9 of the Evelyn. Topside, King Khan has his shove advantage. Going to be pushing Mirith into the tower. Surprisingly enough, Nautilus, he should be able to teeter this one back in his favor because he does have a good amount of wave clear, you guys. Backtrace, picking up all of his... I want to make sure I keep my eyes on this Skarner here because I'm not incredibly sure how exactly these things work. LeBron James moves mid lane to look for a gank. Doesn't find much though. Callie is left low and forced to go back. But it's good timing because he did have minions shoved in. It looks like he kind of gave up that trade specifically with the intentions of going back. Shove still happening in the bottom side. Don't you guys love this controlled camera? It gives you such a great view of the map. You know, the way that instead of the camera just shifting around everywhere. We are going to see a skirmish up top side. King Khan and Mirith. Sorry, I was a little bit late to this one. Mirith actually ends up getting King Khan very low, but Backtrace is here. to try and continue the aggression. The King Khan does survive. Mobility on Riven. Can't knock it. Just checking out all the champions here, you guys. I'm using a new method of, not necessarily a new method, but I'm using a new keybind set for my spectator client controls, and I'm still getting used to them. I apologize if things are a little bit wonky. Both junglers found each other. Love has been found. Skarner ends up forcing Evelyn out of his own jungle. Now 5 minutes and 39 seconds in. Tile Adam BNG still being shoved forward. The view on both of those junglers there was actually quite important. The invade from LeBron James was very nice because now they know where the Skarner is. Even if they know what zone of the map the Evelyn is in, they can't assume her position ever, really. That's the advantage of an Evelyn. Very sneaky and has that constant invisibility. So that specific little trade of information there between LeBron James and Backtrace was actually in favor of LeBron James because it gave some safety to the 0 hour bottom lane to continue their shove, knowing that LeBron James was more than likely around and that Backtrace probably wasn't going to try and start a fight. King Khan and Mirren still wet noodle fight top lane. No big deal. A back for Callie. While Rotato sits mid lane. Let's check out our CS advantages here, you guys. We have a 6 CS advantage top lane. Uh-oh. GG team kicked you. That's no good. That's no good. Backtrace, top side. Watch this. I can even do this with my Xbox controller, you guys. Woo. 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 It's a little bit difficult to control, though. Anyway, enough of that. What is mid lane? Ah, there we go. Make sure you guys let me know what you think about the camera controls tonight. Callie now being aggressive once again. It's been a very slow early game, you guys. First blood still hasn't been taken, but LeBron James gets his position, but Callie blows him up. That's a full rotation right there, and it didn't look like Rotato was ready for that specific skirmish. It looks like Evelyn was invisible to him as well. He backed off, knowing that everything was available for Callie. Not a very smart decision on LeBron James' part. He gets dropped. First blood goes to the mid lane on Serpentis Esports. Bottom lane 58 to 65 in CS. Somehow, even with the shove going in favor of Stingus and Madlife, Tyler Ladd has still has the CS advantage, you guys. I'm very surprised. Now, I know from performance labs that that it's quite difficult to CS utilizing the while utilizing the explosive shots on a Tristana, but I'm not sure if that merits a 7 CS deficit here. Could potentially just be because of shubs or something like that. But you know what, Stingus, they still have the advantage down here, even with that a little gold discrepancy. Both bottom lanes, actually level 6 now for 0 hour. I'm waiting for some aggression here, you guys. Bottom lane is the lane to watch. It looks like blue buff has now gone over to Rotato. Same goes for Callie. They get their blue buffs at about the same time. That gives a little bit more information on where the junglers are. Skarner, they know he's bottom side, so expect that 0 hour going to start moving back. They're going to start, I don't know, they may play a little bit more safe. You can see Madlife now, he's going to go and place a ward, knowing that Skarner just gave the blue buff. A kill goes to LeBron James. I apologize, you guys. I did not get that one in. Let's see if we can see it again. Callie, how did he go down here? We have both Riven and LeBron James moving down bot. Nerith is way behind. Flash stun from Callie. Gets the ultimate pop. And then a flash in from LeBron James. A nice, well-executed gank here from the top laner and jungler for 0 hour. And all the while, Backtrace moving bottom side. It looks like he has his little avenue into this gank. But Evelyn is making her way down as well. The split has been made, ladies and gentlemen. BNG making the aggression while Backtrace approaches. But as they see LeBron James approaching, they assume it's going to happen. Here's a teleport, but it's canceled. It was actually canceled by the Nautilus, ladies and gentlemen, but it starts a fight topside. Mirith can't out-skirmish the Riven at this point. 59 to 52 in CS, still not enough an advantage. Right now, this early game has been going very slow, ladies and gentlemen. Small advantage in gold in favor of 0 hour. Lakes, can we have sister teams split up rosters? Absolutely. Absolutely. I implore you to make a sister team because it will allow you to skirmish, scrimmage the other team, as well as simply bring in more teams and help us facilitate more teams here in the tournament series. Stingus, beautiful play from Stingus, and all the while Dragon was being taken by Evelyn and Jana. A little bit behind on that, but that was a little steal, you guys. Only Jana and Evelyn securing the first Dragon of the game for 0 hour. A sneak, ladies and gentlemen. A sneak, one that we did not see coming. Skarner also mid lane. Flashes to try and find something here. Doesn't get it, though. He was looking for an ultimate, but it looks like it was just out of range. Still, only 1 kill on each side. All right, let's take a look. This is a very slow early game. First Dragon was taken 10 minutes and 26, about 10 minutes in, excuse me. We're 10 minutes and 26 seconds in now. It's going to give a slight advantage to, and even more of a gold advantage now to the side of 0 hour. Both teams really checking each other's strengths at the moment. Not really going for anything too crazy. They have made a few attempts, but they've been very respectful in their ganks. If they don't make it, they simply back off, cut their losses. We are going to see a gank here. Oh, looks like Backtrace has been found by King Khan. Gets his ultimate off, and there's follow-up CC from Mirith. King Khan wants to make this 2v1. He's got the damage. He makes the kill, but it looks like he might end up going down here. One more AA from Mirith, and that's going to be the case. Traded top side 1-for-1. Jungler goes down for Serpentis. Now, what does this do? This extra time that the Nautilus has here, he can shove in a minion wave, he can go place a ward, he can make a roam if he needs to, or he can simply get a free back. As of right now, I want to say advantage top lane, advantage in the top lane for Mirith, but it's not necessarily going to translate into any sort of huge snowball lead here because the Riven got a kill as well. It just enables Mirith to shove in and get a free back. All right, guys, I got to go through my rotation one time to make sure I know exactly where these things are taking me. It should go support, carry, top. That shouldn't be top. That's very odd. Support, carry, mid lane, jungle, top. Okay, it's backwards, you guys. This is not the way I wanted to be set up. Either way, direct to camera. That's my bay, you guys. Mirith flashes for a gank on Rotato, gets the follow-up CC, and another kill going towards Callie, mid laner for Serpentis Esports. 2-1-0 now. Still down a bit of CS, though. Gold going to be just about even in that mid lane. 42 to... Actually, he's about 400 gold more valuable. I'm surprised those 2 kills have gotten him so much, even though he's down... what are we looking at? Like 15 CS here? Riven, a very strong advantage topside after that kill. Or excuse me, not a very strong advantage, a very strong shove there while Nautilus was making his back. Did not use his teleport. So right now, teleport advantage in favor of Serpentis Esports. They could make a play across the board. Skarner now bottom lane, looking for a gank on a Mad Life and Stingus. They find the stun. They will find a kill onto the support. Ultimate's used, but not very much healing. A flash as well. But that may have been wasted, you guys. That death was basically guaranteed. That's the use of a summoner spell that really should not have been used. Maybe the tournament pressure has gotten to Mad Life, you guys. Because that was not a very Mad Life-esque play, if I don't say so myself. Barely any play really been made across, globally, or at least into the enemy jungles. Right now, both teams are really heavily respecting the line of scrimmage in this game, which is basically going right down the center of the map, right down the river, you guys. So as of right now, things are going incredibly slow. Very few champions end up meeting each other. Very few successful ganks. It was well played there by Backtrace to get himself behind the blue side bot lane. But with that successful gank, you could say things are kind of evened up with the one dragon having been taken by 0 hour. And a Trist healed. Trist also healed, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even notice that. Even though Trist's life was basically guaranteed to, she was basically almost guaranteed to survive, it was a heal used by the Tristana and a flash used by the Janna, both potentially wasted here. King Khan aggressing Mirith once again. Should be able to continue this aggression here, but the damage from Mirith is actually quite high right now. He's got himself his blasting wand. Skarner approaching topside, tough to say where he's going to go, but Evelyn is nearby in case something goes down. Nope, LeBron James going to go back. Skarner still looking for some aggression here. Oop, there we go. Tough to say where he's going to find it. Good movement. Really nice movement from King Khan, you guys, to head down into his jungle like that and take that route, knowing that, trying to potentially bait something, knowing that maybe somebody was coming through. Didn't actually have vision on the Skarner, you guys, but assumed that something was potentially coming. That's very interesting little route that was taken by King Khan right there to kind of check the brush and make it right back to his lane. Very interesting, you guys. Very interesting. Back to the mid lane now. Callie and Rotato. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. You can see Evelyn right over here. And the bottom lane, still not much happening, you guys. 2 to 4 in kills, 21.2 to 21.7k in gold. Very, very slow early game. It's games like this where tension is simply built. We are going to see a gank mid lane, potentially from LeBron James. But Backtrace is here as well. Doesn't see LeBron James until just now, while there's aggression mid lane as well. 2 fights going on. Callie forced to flash, while Backtrace pulls in LeBron James. Gets the shield, gets the speed bonus, and survives. No kills found once again. Tit for tat from both teams. It's games like this where tension is built and one team fight is going to bust it open. 15 minutes in now. Barely anything happening and the game is incredibly even, you guys. We do want to keep our eyes on these mid laners. Fairly low, but both ultimates used in that last fight. No, Callie actually still has his. Rotato ended up using his. That was the difference here. Looks like King Khan also wants to find himself something, but he's going to end up heading away. Wards placed bottom side, but still just nothing happening. That is where you want to look at these CS advantages as well. Trying to figure out which lane is actually going to start rolling. 122 to 115 top, 46 to 48 jungle, 159 to 145. So nice little CS advantage, but that is negated by the 2 kills from Callie. And then 153 to 153 exactly even bottom side for Tyler Ladd and Stingus, excuse me. Oh, was that a kill? Oh no, I missed the kill. Again, you guys, I missed the kill. All right, so how does this one go down? LeBron James gets the sneak on the back trace. They find Rotato in as well. And looks like it might just going to be a little bit of a wombo combo while Mad Life was also rotating up into the jungle, or into the river rather. There's so much space for these rotations in this game because so little is happening. But the difficult thing about it when you're in a situation like this is how can you do it without an enemy knowing? How can you do it without an enemy seeing it coming? Oh, you guys, we're also seeing a dive topside from King Khan as he takes down the first tower. He looks like he jumped onto Mirror there, but nothing crazy to come from it. Blue side jungler has been spotted as well. Just throwing down some of these shrines. Teleport coming in, no stun, but Mirith does get his follow-up CC. They're going to throw in everything they've got, and just like that, Callie and Mirith secure themselves another kill. Braum and Vayne both moving up to try and secure, but they had already gotten the kill, and once Mad Life and Stingus see that, they back off as well. Second dragon of the game was taken by 0 Hour. It's going to even up the gold lead, put it back into their favor by just a little bit. This has been going back and forth, you guys, by about 500 to 600 gold. One by one, back and forth between ZH and SeS. Stingus finally gets his opportunity. He's getting enough points in his skills. He's getting the items that he needs in order to start really shoving in these lanes, you guys. So expect that this bottom lane turret is going to end up going down as well. We also have 1 tower to 0. Uh-oh, Backtrace. I didn't even see him approach here, but the damage from King Khan and Stingus is too high. He goes down very quickly. This is that point that I mentioned where the game is going to be busted open. We had a tower, a dragon and a tower just taken by 0 Hour, and now a 2-kill gank. A 2-kill unsuccessful gank for SeS. That actually goes against their favor in 2 kills. Stingus now takes the bottom lane, second tower, with 2 dragons already to their name for 0 Hour. And that gives them, uh-oh, another kill topside, you guys. I wish I could see these ones happening, but I'm not in direct to camera. All right, let's take it back. LeBron James aggressing Mirith, but somehow he's going to end up turning this one around. A nice W. And then simply auto attacks while tanking up all the damage. And ultimate to another W. That was easy for Mirith, you guys. Easy. Ultimate drop from Rotato. Doesn't have the cooldowns available to get extra damage. Not the best ultimate I've ever seen. Not the best ultimate that I've ever seen, ladies and gentlemen. Now, fresh off of a dragon steal as well as a, not steal, but a dragon take as well as a bottom lane tower snag. 0 Hour need to now find themselves ways to snowball. They've got a lot of objectives control in this game. Make that the third tower for them. Mid lane falls. They've got a lot of objective control in this game, which means that they are going to be the ones pushing forward the line of scrimmage. The game has played almost exactly even in terms of map control up until this point. Now with these towers down, it gives 0 Hour the ability to start pushing that much farther forward. Take more control of the map. Start engrossing your encroaching your zone of control into the enemy jungle. And we've seen they've already attempted to do that with Riven's little invade there, but didn't really plop any wards, which is a little bit unfortunate in my opinion. Now is also a good time to maybe inhibit some sort of split push, you guys. If they send Riven up top side to counter out this Nautilus, most likely can win out a couple of skirmishes, start pushing forward, utilize that teleport later on down the road, and get some more objective control and win a couple of more team fights, you guys. Baron is now live as of a couple of seconds ago. What's up, Iceberg? Welcome back, welcome back. What would you say the primary thing Draft Labs... I'll answer that question in 1 second, yo. King Khan goes in, gets everything that he needs off, but LeBron James is just too squishy. The Janna cannot save her. First kill goes in favor of SES, but the whole squad for 0 Hour is here to capitalize. They secure 2. 1 for 2 so far, and now with 2 members of SES down, they have that much fewer resources to send to the top lane, and with the Orianna still mid, she can continue pushing this mid lane. Now, Vayne split pushing bottom is not the greatest thing, but these 3 members of 0 Hour can more than likely push farther than the Vayne can by herself, even if she's uncontested. Everybody, they send both of their non-split pushing champions top side to try and counter out that aggression. 0 Hour do get the top lane turret. Now they're moving through the jungler and they're going to start pushing mid. Once you get those 2 kills, this is a strategy you can take. Kind of the bait and switch, if you will. Head top side, pressure. Once you get something, move back mid and get another tower for themselves. Now 5-1 in towers with Evelynn now also in the bottom lane. And she's going to be... countering the Vayne split push. Nice ultimate from Rotato. Locks down 2. Bloodgargle has his shield available. Everything is popped from the side of 0 Hour, and they're dealing a lot of damage here. But the question is, was it enough to gain themselves another tower? They're going to continue this push while Evelynn stays bottom lane. Good combo from Cali. Rotato left low. But so are the remaining members of SES. They will continue this push. They will get a good bit of damage down onto this tower here, but now they're going to be forced to back off as remaining members are potentially reapproaching with some home guard boots, ladies and gentlemen, some home guard boots. Vayne has now gone back as well, so this is very well played by 0 Hour. They back off at exactly the right moment, you guys. They force the pressure, they force the end of the Vayne split push. Right as soon as Vayne goes back, stop showing her face bottom side. Evelynn knows because Evelynn's down there. That means they know that she's going back. They can simply walk away. That means that their bottom lane tower is safe. They can walk away. They don't want to lose a 4 versus 5 team fight, and then they can regroup and position themselves for the next point of contention, which is more than likely going to be either the dragon that's spawning in 20 seconds or the Baron that is still live. What would you say is the primary thing Draft Labs players can work on? Macro, mechanic, shot calling? Some guy you don't know. Do you mean in the Rift tournament series, or do you mean in the ADAM tournament series? Which one? Because they're very different. Third dragon now taken by 0 Hour. It was a very easy snag for them. SES, they know they can't necessarily fight this out. They are down 6k gold at the moment. Engage has been made by, oh my goodness, look at those combos. 0 Hour in about 3.5 seconds completely drained the entirety of Serpentis Esports with a series of beautiful combos here, you guys. Let's watch how this one plays out. Dragon is snagged by 0 Hour. They push right back up into the mid lane where SES is waiting. They figure they just took the dragon. They want to be able to push some lanes back forward, but they've already caught themselves out. Righteous Glory popped here. Oh, no, it wasn't even the Righteous Glory. All right, so how's this one play out? King Khan makes his way into the back of the team, gets a 4-man knockup, beautifully placed, and then Rotato also repositions the ball into the center of SES to get that full combo off. That was absolutely insane. And an ace without losing. Look at how little damage was taken, even before the Janna ultimate was placed. Look at how little damage was taken by 0 Hour. They have just absolutely stomped the members of SES. Now with 25 seconds at least. Death timers here. That's going to be a mid lane turret, an inhibitor, and potentially, can they win the game here, you guys? They still have 8 seconds until BNG comes back. It looks like they don't want to risk it. They're just going to simply run towards that Baron more than likely. If they don't go back, they're running towards that Baron, you guys. Very impressive play from 0 Hour. Very impressive play. Both give 2 answers. All right. Once this Baron is taken, I'll give you those both answers. Matter of fact, hold on to that question. I will give you those answers once this match is over. How about that? Baron was taken just in the nick of time. Beware the Braum Q Baron steal, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen it happen before. SES, they could not get there in time. And just like that, the win conditions are opening themselves for Team 0 Hour. And they are doing work right now on the top seeded team in the Draft Labs Rift Tournament Series. Now, with so many objectives down for Serpentis Esports, they need to make a point to go into their jungle and clear things out. You know, clear out their creeps in the jungle to ensure that there's nothing to starve them out of later. That is where their goal is right now. That's where all their gold is and their experience is. Thank you for the follow, Shibby. I appreciate it. That's where all of their gold and experience is right now, in their own jungle. They can't approach the enemy jungle. They can't necessarily go into the lanes. I mean, they can. Rotato. You're caught, my friend. Has the flash available, ends up using it. Nice ultimate, catches TylerLad after his own flash. Is there kill pressure here? TylerLad survives, but so does Rotato. It's a 3 versus 3 fight so far, but more members are approaching. Rotato now on a rampage. BNG gonna be the next to fall, and Tristana hasn't even made her way into this fight yet, but it's already a 4 versus 2. Stringus actually has left. Unfortunately, a disconnect from him, but it's already a 4 versus 2 advantage here. I'm not sure where the other member of SES, no, it was a 4 versus 3, excuse me, almost a 5 versus 3. And just like that, with the Baron buff, another team fight victory for 0 Hour. And they're going to be pushing more objectives. They have so many places they can go. Talisman now been popped. I'm not sure where they're headed, you guys. Now they want to go in and starve out. Remember what I said. The jungle is one of the main sources of experience and gold right now for mainly experience for, or just anything, really. Just the main source of, you know, resources right now for Serpentis Esports. And they need, if they want to come back into this game, they need to keep control of their jungle. The play that was just made by 0 Hour, where instead of continuing their push, continuing to move towards the enemy's nexus, they actually backed off and decided to starve them out. This means that instead of going for an outright victory, they're, you know, meaning the, you know, single push down the mid lane, just destroy the nexus towers and, you know, boom, off the back of a team fight, it's a victory. They're actually going for the more calculated approach here, where they want to starve out the enemy team, generate themselves enough of a gold lead, where the victory is ends up being guaranteed at some point rather than being a risk. What's up, Wayne Dilly? Welcome back. Always nice to have you around, man. Everything is very well, Wayne Dilly. Alright, everything is very good. Everything is not well. Everything is very good. And some guy you don't know, don't forget, man, I mentioned that I'm going to answer your question once this game ends, once we go back into FaceTime. Now, SES down 11,000 gold, 27 minutes in the match. 0 Hour are snowballing. 3-0-5 for the Tristana, 6-1-2 for the Orianna, 3-1-8 for the Riven. Serpentis, they are struggling, but what can they do in order to bring this game back? It doesn't really seem as though, with the very calculated play that 0 Hour is bringing out, that they have many avenues to actually get themselves back into this game. But one thing is to gain control of their map again, you guys. They need to split their resources accordingly to ensure that not only do they not get caught, but also, or at least not only is there the lowest chance of getting caught, but also that they can defend their base, because they do have super minions approaching mid lane, and they have minions being shoved in on all sides. The Vayne split push is great, but you don't want the Vayne split push too far. What I would do in this specific situation, I'm not the best Summoner's Rift player, you guys, I gotta tell you, but I would actually give Vayne, or whatever split pushes that you're going to send into one of the side lanes, a zone of control, where a small area of the map, say, be it, say, like, if you Vayne split push in top side, push the minions out to just about the second tower, or at least where you know they're going to run past that, and then take control of these 3 brushes right here. This one, and this one. That's all the control that the Vayne can really have is in a situation like this where your team is so far down, but at least it's some sort of control. Then I would send another player into a different part of the map, or a few players, to gain control of maybe a larger zone. Just to try and know that you have some sort of control over the map, and you can maybe create a play in that specific area. It looks like we are seeing some disconnects from Stingus. Unfortunately, Stingus is, it looks like he ends up making his way back in right away. A few, whatchamacallem, assistance pings going down to the Dragon. This is going to be the fourth Dragon of the game, rather, for 0 Hour. They have such control over the map right now that there really was no way for SES to contest. You can see Mirinth here going back. Right now, SES are in that phase. We're only 29 minutes in, you guys. They're still in that phase where they're struggling to even keep the enemies out of their own base. So that idea that I mentioned earlier might not be the time for it, but if they can hold off and turtle for another few minutes and, you know, maybe go even in a team fight or something like that, then they might be able to bring themselves into that strategy by sending Vayne top side. But right now, they have to basically allot every single one of their resources into this mid lane. We are going to see an engage here fairly soon, you guys, with such a hefty gold advantage. There it is, LeBron James pops the Righteous Glory, gets the engage. Stingus dealing massive damage to the Syndra. Syndra goes down without being able to pop the ultimate. Now Stingus gets very low, but still is able to disengage while King Kong clearing out the back lines. Double kill for the Riven now, and 3 down from SES. That is going to be game, ladies and gentlemen. 30-second death timers across those 3 deaths. And it looks like 0 Hour. Now they're going to take that risk. Ultimate still available for Rotato, Mirinth, and Backtrace both left very low. And Serpentis Esports now going to lose the first game of the set, ladies and gentlemen. Rotato playing very aggressively here. Looks like he wants to die to that laser. Somehow survives. Congratulations, 0 Hour. They win their first game ever in the Draft Labs Rift Tournament Series. Oh, this is weird. I don't want to see this. Oh no! Can Serpentis bring it back? Okay, they can. Anyway, they got a couple of kills. I was like, oh my god, are they going to bring this game back? Or at least going to be able to not lose here. That would have been the biggest throw of history. That would have been the biggest throw we've ever seen. Anyway, congratulations to 0 Hour. They played incredibly strong there, you guys. They played so strong that it makes me want to give them the top seeded spot, because they just crushed Serpentis Esports at their own game. Well played. GG. Congratulations to... once again, to 0 Hour. They have guaranteed themselves at least 2 points in this set. That is only if they don't win the next match. GG.